Okay, so I thought I'd do a video today just talking about the prolonged dry spell of weather we've been having. I talked about it a few weeks ago, but actually it's got a lot worse since then. I guess depending where you're watching this video, this is either a drought to you or not, because I know some people who farm in Australia who watch my channel sort of said, you know, this isn't a drought, you know, they farm in a lot harsher conditions than we do. And also some people who watch these videos don't really realise the impact that the dry spell is having on farming, because if you're not involved with farming, it's not probably a problem. You just got to go and buy a cool drink or put the aircon on in your car. For me on this farm now, it is causing a worrying problem in the fact that the grass we've grazed hasn't actually been regenerated. Normally after you've grazed it, it's greened up with the rain, regular rain that we normally have in the summer. And the impact now is that I'm actually grazing in this field behind me what would be second cut silage bales. So they're actually coming on the grass that really is too long for them and past its best. And we'll have a look at that in a minute. You can see now in this warm day, it's not actually a really blue sky day. There's some clouds in the sky, but it's not as bright and clear and hot as it's been some days. But you can see across there, the cows are actually in the shade, or what shade they can get of the trees over there. And if we have a look look what they're grazing here. They're just not really eating it properly, because this grass has gone beyond really what they should be eating. It's quite stalky. Let's have a look. I tell you what, let's go and have a look at the actual what I'm letting them have a fresh piece of every day. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go under the electric fence that stops them. You can see the electric fence stops them getting in on this, and I'm moving this fence every day down here. You can actually hear the grasshoppers. We can hear the grasshoppers there. Right, so let's climb down under, but while we're down under, let's have a look at the grass. Well, straight away you can see it's more or less dried to hay. There's no greenness in it, hardly at all. That one's a bit better, but most of it is actually past its best. If I was going to cut this now for hay, I'd only probably cut it and bale it within a day or two. For silage, I could probably cut it and bale it the same day, because the dry matter is really high. But if we look amongst the grass, the actual the grass is not very thick because of the lack of rain, but also the grass in the bottom now has lost all, look at that. It's lost all its nature. It's a little bit of green in amongst it, but it's actually floundering in the heat. It's just not fresh. That should be fresh and green. It's not. It's dried. Look, and the leaves of the things like the dandelion there are just shriveled up. Look at that. So it's not nice having to feed this. It's a bit greener down here, down the bottom there. But the problem is now I'm going to be short of round bales for the winter. So realistically, just get back under the wire. Realistically, I'm going to have to buy some silage in. And you can see they're just not eating it off properly. They're bulking out on a bit of it. So what I'm going to have to do, I think, is I'm going to let the heifers up on this afterwards. So the cattle will be in here for a few days, or a week maybe, if they get into the bottom field. And then I'm going to have to let the heifers up to tidy it, and if I keep the heifers tight in here, they'll finish this all up. They will tidy it up to nothing, I would have thought, because they'll be in here all the 24 hours a day, chomping down to nothing. But that is the situation now. I'm feeding what would have been second cut silage. It's scorched up past its best even for second cut silage. So I have got some more grass in other fields which I'm rotating round to, but realistically, we're going to run out of all grazing within probably about 3 weeks, and if it doesn't rain then, we're actually going to be ranching the farm in a kind of situation where there's just no grass. So there we go, that's the situation today. And there's the cows.